And by this point, you guys probably just think we hate doing part 3s for engine builds. We have part 1 and 2 for the Turbo LS. We have part 1 and 2 for the 350. We're missing part 3 on both of them.
We're waiting on parts, man. Parts finally showed up. Hoping we got all the parts for the Turbo LS.
It appears that we have them all.
We got quite a bit. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, check this out. Look it. We got all the parts here on the table. Got parts on the floor. We have the master mechanic in the way.
That was the best part.
We have the engine sitting on the stand. We have it all, man. We hope we have it all. We're diving right in.
Let's go, man. Let's go. We ain't got
all right, we're diving in.
Time for this crap. So before we get started on this, make sure you go down, hit the subscribe button. You want notifications, man? Like it. You got to keep up. There's a lot more to come, man. I'm not ready to retire yet. I'm not getting no RX 350. I'm not just golfing. You know, we're still plugging along here. So let's just dive into these parts. So we got all kinds of things. We're gonna start down here. So we got our turn 1 power steering pump. Got our nice steel trick, like we used it on the good old other jalopy over there, because it has a -6 already on it, so it's ready to go. And then we got some nice ICT bolt kit, a little bracket that gives it a little extra support. We're missing a couple things on our air conditioning here. We have our bracket, it's factory bracket for our C5, because I don't know if you noticed or not, we didn't have the dampener on it before, so we got the dampener on it. The ARP bolt, we got it all torqued down. This is a C5 dampener. So we have our factory AC bracket, and then we had on the Nova has a C5 bracket, and these bolts go all the way through the compressor where they mount, and they're super long, and GM discontinued them. So on the Nova, I used a piece of metric all-thread, and I just made my own stud bolt slash mounting hardware. So I think I have enough left. I got one more left over, but we're missing the tensioner and the belt for the AC. We have the idler pulley, got a new GM idler pulley, and we have our new Delphi AC compressor. You gotta be nice and cool when you're cruising down the road. Just moving on over here, so we got these took a little bit. These are the turbo manifolds. So we got ARP manifold bolts, and then we use the multi-layer steel gaskets just because of the nature of the heat. And then we have our Hooker turbo manifolds. Some serious heat wrap there. These things are beefy. So this is the driver's side. It's all V-banded, so this just comes around to the driver's side. Let me take it out of here so you get a better look.
You gotta get the full effect, man.
Sorry.
Come on now.
Look at that. Nice
Don't
hooker.
tease me.
Nice hooker deal.
Gosh. And that is pretty trick.
Pretty trick. V-banded. I'm pretty sure I'm going to add a O2 sensor. I got to add the O2 sensor in the each manifold. Passenger side, man, that's the one that does all the business. It's got a lot going on over there. So this guy goes on here like so. So here's where your driver's side comes around, V-bands to it. Then it comes up into the turbo, and then the passenger side comes into the turbo here. So then it's V-banded. So you see here we got our nice Nelson Racing elbow, and I hope I didn't mess up because I didn't realize that Nelson mounts a turbo on the bottom. So this would come to the header, and then the wastegate would be off to the side. So I was hoping on this way is the way I wanted to mount it. So now the wastegate's on the inside, but I'm thinking I can rotate it and have the wastegate straight up. So we'll find out once we get it on here, but I'm hoping I didn't order the wrong side. But this is a nice piece for sure. So this is going to come, it's going to be bolted on here, and then just V-banded like that. So I'm hoping it's going to mount like so, nice and tight. And the turbo is just going to hang right here. I'm still going to make a mount to give the turbo some support. I don't want it all off of here. Just down the road for longevity, it'll wind up cracking. You can buy a pipe for, depending on the tranny, that for the crossover, but we didn't get that yet. We'll probably do a custom thing. We're gonna wait until we get it in where it's gonna be. Then we'll deal with the crossover pipe. I'll make that separately. Oh, it's a heavy manifold. Holy crap! So you can see it also comes with the little V-bands for the crossover. So you're able to make your own. Comes with two of them, and then V-band clamps. And then it comes with the other part of the V-band. Whatever you're going to do to hang your turbo. If you were going to do a piece of pipe, something a little longer, you can make your own. But the Nelson deal came with the V-band on it, so we can just use the clamp. Hopefully it'll turn out pretty trick. We'll find out here pretty soon. So then coming over here on the drive, it's got some hand-me-down drives, but So this is off the Camaro, the old Crapper 72. That's why we added the power steering, because the Camaro didn't have power steering. So we just took the alternator off. It's good old one wire, and then just a factory C5 water pump. And then we have new tensioner and idler already. We got a new set of gaskets for the water pump. And then our turbo, we got our turbo return. Oil return is ginormous. Good old dash 12. It's O-ringed, and then it comes with 2 bolts. This is Nelson Racing's oil return. We have our little fitting here for our steam port. We're missing the one on this side here, so we got our little fittings going to go right there for our steam port. And then we had to get a bigger fitting for the oil pan. We just put this one in here, which is a 10, half-inch pipe to 10. It's just what I had at the time, and I wanted to get the hole in there, and then I had a cap, so I was able to plug it up. But now we're going to be changing it to a dash 12, half-inch pipe to dash 12. So I changed that out too. Ginormous. You don't want no restriction in your oil return. Look at the half-inch pipe is actually smaller than a dash 12. I mean, I think it's big enough on the oil return though, so it should be all right. And then here we got the intake. Let me drop it down here so it's a little easier to see. We got good old Holley high ram. You can't go wrong with a high ram, but we got this one in black. That is trick. And we also have map sensor, the 3-bar. Cadillac won the CTSV for boost reference. And so we have a little harness that adapts it to the earlier harnesses map sensor. Then high rams come with the injectors, or not the injectors. It comes with the fuel rails. And then this one here, we went with the 92mm throttle body lid.
Shoot, dog.
Give you a little preview. A little preview. It's like little brother. It's mini me. And then the manifold comes with everything. We got throttle body gasket. Got all the hardware. Really nice manifold. Way to go, I think. Alright, moving along here. Turbo Smart 60mm wastegate here. This thing is, you could lose a small kid in this thing. Look at this. Look at that thing. Man, oh man. So we're hoping about like so. And then this will come, dump into the exhaust so you don't hear the it's nice and quiet. It's got comes with a couple different springs. You know, get a variety pack. I think with the power levels that we're looking to make with this thing, it's gonna be like 5 pounds of boost maybe. It's gonna be it's not even gonna be working, not even break a sweat. This is really nice, man. It comes with the same deal. It comes with all the V-bands. Talked to old Nelson Racing. This is the one. This is what. Well, he doesn't always do single turbos, but because we're doing a single turbo, he said this is the one. This is the size we need. Then we got the topping on the cake. This is the
Cream of the crop.
This is the man. C10 Dave doesn't have one of these. I can tell you that. Poor old feller. I showed this before, but this is nice. Good old Nelson Racing, man. Single turbo, good old 72. And this one's the reverse rotation. So normally it goes the other way. It's supposed to sound a little different. I don't even know if anybody would notice. But it's gonna be, we're gonna try to make it quiet anyway, so I don't even know if you hear the turbo. So that's all the parts. So now we're gonna get them on here. We're gonna get this thing, see what it's gonna look like. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna do the water pump. We're gonna get the drive on here first. So I got the old gaskets cleaned off. Got our new ones here. So I got them all ran down snug. And now I'm gonna go ahead and torque it. You can see here that we got the coils put on. We got another set of coils. We got the brackets cleaned up. We painted it. We took a couple of the factory little tabs off of it, but painted it, cleaned it up. Got a new hardware. So we got the coils on it. Take this tape off here. Get these manifolds on. Check them out. This thing's gonna be smoking for sure off these manifolds when we start it. All this oil they have on here. Our gasket lined up. Use a couple bolts.
Man, that looks pretty dang trick.
Very nice. I like that. I'm gonna do the same as the water pump. I got them all snug down here. I'm gonna torque them all to 18 foot-pounds. I didn't put any Loctite or anything on here. I was gonna wait and see if there's an issue with the, it's going to get more heat because the turbo. So I want to see if the expansion and contraction is going to make them come loose or not. I might throw a little Loctite on later, but for right now I'm just going to, nothing on them. So I'll just torque them down. It's not a bad idea to go over them a couple times when you're torquing them, because the multi-layer gasket, if you torque on one spot and then it crushes down over here, it can leave some loose. Just go over them a couple times on the multi-layers. So on the passenger side here, we got to pull the dipstick back out. So I just left this, it's loose. I think it's going to have to be shimmed a little bit. Get around this manifold, but we'll see. Get it out of the way, some of this manifold on here. Oh, this one's beefy. Oh my gosh. It's going to be a handful here.
You need your trusty assistant to help you hold it?
Nope, I'm strong like bull.
It looks like you're breaking a sweat. You sure?
It's hot in here, man. Summertime. Ran into a little dilemma though. I got this package of bolts, exhaust bolts, but for some reason it only came with 10 bolts and I need 12. So we're gonna have to order another package or something. But we'll get this one here torqued on here. We'll just line it up so we can add the other bolts later and double check it. Well, so we ran into our first problem already. So our manifolds are really trick. It just doesn't work for this application because you can see how it kicks down here and it totally blocks where the AC bracket would be in the AC compressor, and then they wind up coming too low and too far forward for the current for the application this engine's going in. So we're gonna have to make some headers. Now that we've had these so long, we can't send them back, so we're just gonna throw them on the shelf. We'll wait for another rainy day. We'll use them on something else. So we're gonna take them back off. So we'll get some more exhaust bolts. Get some flanges, some stainless. We're gonna make some headers. We're gonna build some. So we'll take the back off. Keep moving forward. Find out what the next problem is. So we're gonna get now we have the water pump on here. Now we're gonna throw the bracket and the alternator on here. Get the whole setup here. Whole enchilada.
Fight!
I didn't hear no bell.
From whom the bells toll. The bell tolls, or what's that Metallica song?
I don't know. I'll listen to Metallica.
Psych! What do you think, huh?
It's pretty nice. You know, it came off of a really nice car, so it's got to be nice.
That is true. It is right off 72 Camaro. Water pump, an alternator bracket, and alternator. All of this right here. All off the Camaro.
I wonder what's going to be on the Camaro. You have to find out. Better hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, you hit that subscribe button, you'll stay tuned to see what we're doing with the Camaro.
Man, we're having a real off day on parts on this thing. So for some reason, this is an F body. F body pump. It's not gonna work out. It's got to be. It's the same as that jalopy over there.
Yeah, that's the F body over there, and this is a Corvette, and we're not going to be able to put this on there.
So we gotta get a different pump. So we gotta get some stuff. We gotta make headers now. Gotta get the right pump.
Dude, we got to do everything.
So I guess we can put the intake on it. So we're gonna get this fitting in here for our steam ports. Get that done, and we'll bolt the intake down.
What did we do?
Really dropped the ball on this one. My parts guy. Me.
You're the parts guy on this one.
Me. I really messed it up. I'm gonna fire myself. That's how I'm going home.
You are home.
Oh, I am home. All right. Now let's put this back in the box. We'll bolt the intake down.
Well, unfortunately, we can't put the turbo on, so bagging it back up.
Gotta go back to sleep. Nighttime. Put a pillow in here for it.
All right, good night. Sleep tight. Dreaming about school and Mustangs tonight.
Aww.
I hope it sleeps well now.
Aww.
All right, Nelson.
We'll set you right here. Be friends. So it's been a few minutes. I got the AC bracket on here. We got the manifolds off, obviously, because it was in the way. Got a little idler pulley on it. So the C5 bracket has one bolt that holds the bracket on there, and then it has three. This one here doesn't go to the block, but these three here go to the block to hold it. In factory, they have, I think, a couple studs, or one stud, 3 bolts or something, but they discontinued them. So I got this all thread here, metric all thread that I cut, but I only have one piece. Now I got two of the studs, two of the mounting. So we're just gonna put the compressor on here temporary, just to hold it up. We got to get some more hardware, and of course I can't find any of the right thread pitch. This is a coarse thread. This is 1.5, and the only nuts I could find are 125. So the fine thread. But I can start them on. I'm able to start them on here, and then just kind of, obviously they stop. It's a different thread pitch, but it'll hold the compressor on here until I get the right nuts. So we're just gonna let the compressor hang out there. So now we're gonna move on to the upper end. So this thing mounts up with some studs. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this tape off of here. show the amazingness.
What's that amazingness you got?
This is amazingness right here. This is C10 Dave's hand-me-downs. He's throwing out his junk. We had to pick it up.
This was also in a trash bag. These heads. Trash.
Trash. So these studs have two different thread lengths on them. It's the same thread on both sides, but one side has a shorter amount of threads than the other side. So I'm putting the longer side to the cylinder head. Probably go either way. You might just have a little more thread sticking out on top of your nut after the intake's on.
Depends on what you want,
You
man.
can do whatever you want. You're a grown man. Or a grown person. Grown woman.
Grown woman.
You're grown whatever. You can do whatever you want.
This is what you clicked on the video for. Putting studs in the cylinder head.
Before I put the intake on here, I want to get this fitting in here. It's because the intake's kind of in the way. Got a little 1/8 inch, which is going to go into the head, to dash 3, which is going to go to the line, and then dash 3 on top, which will be to our radiator down the road. So we're going to get a little Teflon paste on here. Look at that. Look how amazing that is. That's so amazing to watch.
That there, sir, is a 10 out of 10 to watch. There's nothing on there and you just whoosh, whoosh, and you have all the Teflon all on there.
You just That's what you do on your extra spare time here. You make sounds. Got it all installed. Let's get this intake on here now. Gotta install our nice O-rings. We got all of our O-rings in it here. Go ahead and set it on.
Drum roll, please. Ka-chow. What do you guys think of that? See, when you flip it, 100% flush. Put it the other way, you got a little itty bitty stud sticking up. Probably have to like right at the top of this.
Now we have our little jump rope. When you put this in, you don't want to pull it. When you put it in, you kind of want to bunch it up a little bit. You want it to be fat. Don't be tugging on it. Kind of push it down into place.
So we want it to be just like you?
Yeah, I want to be fat.
Fat with the pH, man.
pH fat.
Dude, that intake is so fat.
It's going to be a little long. So you got to give it a little trim. Then you put a little dab of silicone in there. You get your razor blade. You kind of push it back a little bit. Then you give it a little slice. I lied again. I don't have any silicone in here right now. So we're going to use anaerobic. Little blob right here. About like so. Now we're going to put the upper intake cover on it. There you go, man. I got the intake on it. After we get them snug down, we torqued them all. Done deal. So now we need to get some injectors. We need to get our pump. Put on what we had to see what we needed, what's going to work. Too bad the manifolds didn't work because they're really nice. I really liked them, but we're going to save them for something else.
So obviously we're not going to worry about making the headers until it's in whatever vehicle we're going to be putting it in. So you have to stay tuned to see what vehicle this is going to be going in, because even though it's not fully complete, sitting as it is right here, it looks pretty dang good. Almost looks like the little brother of right there. But I think the little brother is going to be the big bark on the block. I think it's going to be able to...
The big bark on the block? C10 Dave's going to shut you down. C10 Dave doesn't drive no Mazda. He's got man stuff.
So that is part 3 of the Turbo LS. So that is part 3 of the Turbo LS build. There won't be a part 4 because it'll be us installing it into the car it's going to be going into. So that's going to be its own series in itself. So you can stay tuned for all the stuff we're going to be doing on that. Hold on a second. What are these cylinder heads for? This engine's together. That engine's together. But what are these for?
This is a little, this is the engine that's coming up. You don't want to miss out on this one. This is going to be a trick.
Oh, wait, what?
That's all you need to know. You just need to stay
Hold on,
tuned.
hold on.
You come back. You come back for
You got me intrigued now.
You come back for it.
What are...
You never mind those.
Oh man, come on.
You never mind those. You gotta wait on that stuff. Gotta wait on that stuff.
Look at this, huh? Thing 1, thing 2.
What do you think? Junk, garbage. Junk, garbage.
What would you pick?
I'm gonna take this one. I don't want no clunker.
I know, man. It doesn't even have power steering.
Bunch of hand-me-down parts.
Gosh, man. Doesn't it go together? What the heck?
Hey, man, if it's easy, everybody be doing it.
Oh man, you're telling me. Joys of building engines and hot rods, huh? That's what you have to look forward to, right?
You keep touching it. Eventually, you'll beat it though. It'll be done. It'll be all together. So we'll keep working at it. We're gonna get it together. It's gonna be in the car.
So hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed part 3 of the Turbo LS build. If you haven't hit the subscribe button already,
You're missing out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you.
yeah, we feel deeply
My heart goes out.
for your guys' loss if you aren't subscribed. So let's go order some parts for this, and we're gonna get on to our next build. Let's go.